Good morning. This is going to be a video update for late spring. So today's a nice cloudy day, so hopefully there's no shadows. But here are the trees that we planted from the last video. The grass patches are actually doing really good, but we were having an issue with weeds as usual. But everything looks like it's coming along since early spring. We are at the end of May now, actually, and this is the bed as a whole. We had a very cold period, and it really made a lot of damage on the new growth for the roses, so that was really sad. Quite depressing, actually, but what can we do? We just have to move on. And after that, I got like this huge issue with black spot, and we barely even started. We barely just started the season. So that's going to be a struggle, unfortunately. But as you can see, I also planted a lot of annuals along the bed just to add a little bit of color. The COVID-19 restrictions here are almost like over. So we've been able to go out and shop and buy new things, even though we never really stopped. But now everything's kind of like almost back to normal, I have to say. But yeah, I have some alyssum there and some alyssum that hasn't bloomed right there. I put in some petunias. And as you can see, my David Austin roses are coming along. Some of them didn't get that much damage, like this one, the Pilgrim and Port Sunshine. Those didn't get a lot of damage. Which one's it? Oh yeah, Lady Salisbury actually got a little bit, but not too much. And there's some petunias. The lavender was finally pruned. All of my bushes are very woody, so I honestly think this is going to be their last year. I'm probably going to dig them up and plant some new ones. Do you guys remember that geranium? It was like this cute little mound. Now it's like this huge monster. Yeah, that's what it usually does. And I actually thought that I had taken part of that plant and made a different, but that's not it, actually. This plant and the one that's over there are the ones that are related. This is a different geranium, and I can't figure out which one it is. I have all the tags, but I still can't figure out which one's which is which. But anyway, okay, so this is Darcy Bustle, and as you can see, there's a lot of damage and freezer burn on this rose. It's so sad. But on some of the plants, only the leaves were affected and the bud wasn't. So I'm going to give it a little more time. This one actually feels a little toasted and fried, so it's probably not going to survive. This one too is probably not going to survive. But like I said, I want to give it a little more time. And here you can see the black spot. The black spot was the worst, actually, on the Darcy Bustle. It has been, oh my God, the attack is rigorous. But I've been spraying with neem a little more often on this plant, so hopefully I can get it under control. But who knows? We'll see. I'm probably going to have to trim that way down, which is okay. The zinnias are kind of hanging on. They were very damaged also by the cold spell that we had here. It was awful. It lasted for way too long. Cold winds, snow, freezing rain. It's terrible. But yeah, here is the dwarf limelight, another alyssum, and there you can see the summer phlox is really coming along. Looks beautiful. And there's some large petunias and mini super petunias right there. And this is the Teasing Georgia, which also was doing so well, and it got so much damage. But here I can see that some of the buds are actually going to survive. Like this one is probably going to be okay. This one wasn't damaged at all. But here you can see, like, there's just so much. It's really sad. You can see here, Tranquility got some damage on the bottom, which I don't really understand. But most of the rose is actually doing okay. And this one's going to be the first one to bloom. See, it has healthy buds absolutely everywhere. So I'm really excited. And ladybugs actually turned up yesterday. Tons of ladybugs. So I'm really happy. They can also attack the aphids and the bugs that are on the roses. But yeah, and the tulips, I'm so sorry. I did not actually videotape how beautiful the tulips were when they were in bloom. But now they're basically done. I labeled which ones they were because I'm going to plant some more. I ordered some. I ordered about 70 extra bulbs because I want to plant them all over the bed for next year. I'm really excited about that. And here is like the woodiest of the lavenders. See, it's not good. It's not good. They're probably going to have to come out. Yeah, that one also got some damage, and black spot is also spreading on that one. The Claire Austin is actually doing okay. It's kind of a slow grower in the beginning, so yeah. And that Zenia is basically toast. It's practically gone. And as you can see, the patches that we had on the grass are not looking so bad. They were all over the place. Yeah. So they're doing good, those patches. And here we are headed towards the terrace, and it's looking really good. The onion here. Oh, look, we're getting some blooms. Yay, the bumblebees love this plant. But anyhow, in the last video, it was like super, super tiny. But now it has exploded, so I guess it's actually happy in the pot. I was so worried about it. And the plants are all coming along. I just planted these daisies yesterday, and they're so beautiful. I got them at one of the garden centers that we have here, and they only do annuals. Look at the foliage. The foliage is actually, you can see it against that blue grass there. They're kind of the same color. It's so gorgeous. And I'm gonna plant that. Oh my god, I forget the name of this one. It starts with an H, but it looks kind of dead, but it really isn't. But I'm hoping that it's gonna look good when that paniculata starts to bloom. So we have a lot of color here now. Really happy with it so far. Can't wait until those annuals actually start their peak. And as you can see, we're doing a lot of work. Yesterday we were doing potting and spraying, so there's stuff on the terrace, and the seat cushions are gone there. But everything's pretty much in place, basically. So here you can see their eating arrangement, and you can see a little group seating arrangement here. Very cozy. There's Mochi trying to get out. Yep. And we added a sunbed. Missing the blanket. I don't know where the blanket's at. But anyway, here I planted another David Austin, and it's called the Generous Gardener, and it's supposed to be a climber. My goal is not to keep it in a pot, mainly because it's such a beautiful rose. So I'm probably gonna have to find a place for it somewhere on the ground, especially if it kind of outgrows this pot. But for right now, it's going to be nice having some beautiful roses on the deck, which I really, really lack. And as you can see, we are so lush. From early spring to late spring, this is the difference. I mean, it is beautiful. Love it, love it, love it. Yeah, so anyhow, this rose that I always want to throw away woke up, and this is like the third year in a row that I don't have the heart to get rid of it. How do you like them apples? So I put it here. That one's also pink. The Generous Gardener is also pink, so not really sure how that's gonna go. There's hubby. And here are our hanging baskets. Hopefully that one will start to bloom soon. It's It's really bushy, nice and bushy, but I don't have any flowers on it. And these are still alive. Just gave it a good little trim yesterday. Look at those daisies. I mean, come on. Okay, so these are cute too. These are actually under recovery because they're basically dying. But they're beautiful as well. But those, my God. I'm so in love with those daisies. They're so beautiful. But anyway, yeah. This is the garden update for late spring. And I actually love making these videos because I get to actually look back and see the difference, and I live for that. It's very early in the morning, so I probably sound a little drowsy. So gorgeous. I mean, I wouldn't trade this for anything. If you guys are wondering how old she is, she's actually 13 years old. My baby. Goodbye.